Everybody set? All ready to go? Okay. I'd like to call the Town Board meeting of January 10th, 2023 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those who served our country in the past and for those who continue to protect our country today. Thank you. Please note the emergency exits are the door you came in and the doors at the end of the hall and behind us. At this time, I would welcome public comments on the agenda items and resolutions. I have nobody here, so we will move forward. Do you want to start?
Whereas Town Clerk Lorene Abatantuano has provided copies of the minutes of the December 20, 2022 Town Board meeting to all members of the Beekman Town Board, and whereas Town Board members have had the opportunity to review said minutes, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board hereby accepts the minutes of the December 20, 2022 Town Board meeting.
I'll second it.
Town Board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
I'm going to have to abstain from that.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay, we're going to renew rules for public comment periods at Town of Beekman Town Board meetings. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman hereby adopts the following rules of decorum for all periods of public comment as its Town Board meetings for the year 2023. The presiding officer shall have, to the fullest extent provided by New York State law, the sole authority to regulate public comment at any meeting as she or he, in his or her role, sole discretion shall see fit, including but not limited to the authority to set priority for topics of comment and to declare any person to be out of order for failure to follow his or her directives in this regard. In governing meeting and regulating public comment, the presiding officer shall consider but shall not be strictly bound by the following guidelines. 1.
You could say as follows.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
have to read
As
them the 2
follows?
pages. Yeah,
Okay.
just as follows.
As follows. Sounds good to me?
Okay, Town Board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay. Be it resolved that the regular meetings of the Beekman Town Board will be conducted throughout the year 2023 at 7 p.m. twice a month on the second and fourth Tuesday of each month, with the exception of December, which will have one meeting on the 19th of the month. The meetings will take place in the meeting room of the Beekman Town Hall, 4 Main Street, Poquay, New York, unless otherwise noticed. And be it further resolved, should the date of such meeting fall on a holiday or at a time that it's not possible to conduct the meeting, such as in case of inclement weather, the meeting shall be held the following Tuesday at the same time and location. And be it further resolved, the Town Board reserves the right to cancel any meeting in any month or schedule a special meeting of the Board. And any such cancellation and such scheduling shall be advertised by posting the announcement on the Town Clerk's Bulletin Board with postings to the town's official website and notification in the town's official newspaper if required.
I'll second.
Town Board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Acknowledgement of appointment for the year 2023. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman does hereby acknowledge the following appointments for the year of 2023. Councilwoman Sharon Warman as Deputy Supervisor, Amy Goetz as Getz. Amy Getz as Deputy Town Clerk, Amy Getz as Deputy Receiver of Taxes, Margaret Woolley as Deputy Receiver of Taxes. Supervisor Cavucci acknowledged that the newly elected officials have taken their oaths and filed them with the Town Clerk.
I'll second.
Town Board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town board will make appointments to the various boards, now therefore be it resolved that the Town of Beekman Town Board does hereby make the following appointments. Katie Whitaker to the CAC with a term to expire December 31st, 2024. Claude Raincart to the CAC with a term to expire December 31st, 2024. Shannon Fadum to the CAC with a term to expire December 31st, 2024. Robert Lopane to the Planning Board with a term to expire December 31st, 2028. Claude Raincart, alternate to the Planning Board with a term to expire December 31st, 2025. Maria Rodriguez to the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term to expire December 31st, 2027. And be it further resolved that all appointments are contingent upon completion and submission of the disclosure of interest statement pursuant to Chapter 19-9 of the Town Code, unless already on file the information has not changed. And be it further resolved that all appointees shall file their oath of office with the town clerk of the Town of Beekman prior to serving their term.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Be it resolved that the Town of Beekman Town Board does hereby designate and reappoint John Fustas as chairman of the Town of Beekman Planning Board for 2023.
I'll second it.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Be it resolved that the Town of Beekman Town Board does hereby designate and reappoint Merson Capillari as chairman of the Town of Beekman Planning Board for 2023.
Zoning board, I'm sorry.
Oh, zoning board.
Yeah.
Zoning board?
It is zoning board.
You're right.
Who seconded that?
I'll second it.
It was correct on the
On the
header.
top,
but
yeah.
Okay, so who's second?
Warner.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Be it resolved, I was still thinking about the other one. Be it resolved that the town board of the Town of Beekman does hereby designate the Poughkeepsie Journal as the official newspaper for the Town of Beekman for the year 2023.
Second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas Section 64 of Town Law provides for the Town Board to designate by written resolution the banks in which certain officers shall deposit monies, now therefore be it resolved that any commercial bank conducting business with the state of New York shall be designed as depositories for the Town of Beekman in which monies may be deposited and invested for the year 2023.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Be it resolved that authorization is given to the town supervisor and deputy town supervisor to sign signature cards and checks for the Town of Beekman. And be it further resolved that authorization is given to the town clerk and the deputy town clerk, a deputy supervisor, to sign signature cards and to countersign checks exceeding $2,500. And be it further resolved that 2 signatures are required on all checks exceeding $2,500, one of which needs to be either the town supervisor or the deputy town supervisor.
Second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas various town departments maintain petty cash funds, and whereas the bookkeeper has recommended that the petty cash funds be approved pursuant to Town Law 64-1A for the purpose of low-dollar miscellaneous purchases of supplies, reimbursement of out-of-pocket employee expenses, and making change, all subject to audit. And now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman authorizes department petty cash funds as follows. Receiver of taxes, $200. Town clerk, $300. Parks and Recreation, $550. And supervisor, $50. General fund totaling $1,100.
Mary, I'm sorry. The receiver of taxes, we no longer have petty cash. We gave that last year to Linda because we.
Okay,
we
I
never
make a
used
friendly
it.
amendment to remove the receiver of taxes for $200.
Okay,
I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now let's vote on the resolution.
And the total changes to 900.
Right. Roll call vote?
Did we get a second for the resolution?
Yes.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
I think it was Werner too.
So wait, so Werner read it, so then he seconded.
He
Oh,
didn't-
no.
I seconded if
sorry.
you didn't hear it, so.
No,
No,
you
you can't
seconded the
second it.
friendly amendment. Who seconded, did we
Right.
get a second for the,
Did you second the original?
The,
as well? The original?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Yes, I
so
did.
he seconded the original, and Werner seconded the friendly amendment.
Okay, Councilman Stiegler,
Aye.
Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilman Lemak.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay. Whereas town law requires that the town board designate mileage compensation for official business. Now, therefore, be it resolved that compensation for mileage will be paid at the applicable IRS 2023 rate of 65.5 cents per mile on out-of-town business, subject to prior authorization of the town board, accepting the assessor and building inspector too, who will be compensated for in-town mileage by utilizing their privately owned and insured vehicles for the performance of their duties of their office, and upon submission of the appropriate voucher, and upon review and approval by the town supervisor and or the town bookkeeper, as the case may be. And be it further resolved that all requests for reimbursements shall be submitted monthly and must be supported by itemized statements showing that the town business conducted in connection with each request. And be further resolved that all travel expense, transportation, and registration expense may be reimbursed following prior authorization by the town board on out-of-town attendance and meetings.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Councilman Stiegler.
Aye.
Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilman Lemak.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas by resolution number 8/11/20-4121, the town board adopted the town's investment policy. And whereas by resolution number 4/27/21-1278, the town board made an amendment to the investment policy. And whereas the town of Beekman reviews its adopted investment policy annually, now therefore be it resolved that the town's investment policy dated April 27, 2021 will be renewed for 2023.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler.
Aye.
Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilman Lemak.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas there certainly is a vacancy in the position of town comptroller, and whereas the town board of the town of Beekman is desirous of appointing a town controller in accordance with section 220, would that be three?
Yep, B.
Section B of the town law, and now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Beekman does hereby reappoint Thomas M. Carey as a financial services consultant, and be it further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute a consulting agreement with Mr. Carey for the year 2023 in substantially the same form and sustain as attached hereto.
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Councilman Stiegler.
Aye.
Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilman Lemak.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Beekman does hereby appoint the following individuals as the emergency chain of command for the year 2023. First, Supervisor Mary Cavucci. Second, Councilwoman Sharon Warman. Third, Town Clerk Lorene Abbott Tantuano.
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Councilman Stiegler.
Aye.
Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilman Lemak.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Beekman does hereby appoint the following individuals as emergency interim successors for the year 2023 as requested by the Dutchess County Department of Emergency Response, and does hereby specify their rank and order of succession as listed. The following individuals: Councilwoman Sharon Warman, Town Clerk Lorene Abbott Tantuano, Councilman Werner Stiegler.
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Ballini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the Town of Beekman bookkeeper has reviewed and recommended a renewal contract with Fiscal Advisors and Marketing Incorporated for 2023 to provide fiscal advisory services for the Town of Beekman. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman hereby authorizes the Town Supervisor to execute the necessary agreement with Fiscal Advisors and Marketing Incorporated for fiscal advisory services for fiscal year 2023.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Ballini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the Town of Beekman requires a location to house, shelter, and care for stray and lost dogs, which service is now performed by the Dutchess County SPCA, and whereas the Dutchess County SPCA has submitted a proposal for the renewal of said services for the coming calendar year, which proposal the board finds to be reasonable, and whereas the town attorney has reviewed the agreement with the Dutchess County SPCA, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor to enter into an agreement as attached with the Dutchess County SPCA to house, shelter, and care for stray dogs in the town of Beekman.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Ballini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the Town of Beekman is required pursuant to the New York State Agriculture and Markets Law to employ an animal control officer, and whereas in the absence of an animal control officer, the town is permitted to contract for the required services, and whereas in order to comply with the agricultural and markets laws, the town is desirous to renew their agreement with the Dutchess County SPCA for animal control services. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman approves and consents to the contracting of animal control services with the Dutchess County SPCA and authorizes the supervisor to sign an agreement with the services in form and substance as attached hereto and make a part of hereof.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Ballini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas Logically Data currently provides network support and service to the Town of Beekman, and whereas the current contract is set to expire December 31st, 2022, whereas the town attorney has reviewed the attached contract, whereas the Town Board of the Town of Beekman is desirous in renewing the contract with Logically Data for the purpose of network support and service for 2023, now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign the attached contract with Logically Data for the year 2023.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Ballini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town board is authorized under the town law to make appointments and set salaries, now therefore be it resolved that the following appointments for the year 2023 are hereby authorized and approved. Registrar of Vital Statistics, Town Clerk, $1,508 annual salary. Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics, Deputy Clerk, $520 annual salary. And be it further resolved that the foregoing salary be paid from the general fund.
I'll second it.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Ballini?
Aye.
Councilman Limek?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the insurance proposal was reviewed by the town supervisor and the bookkeeper, and it was determined that the policy offered through NYMER provided the insurance coverage and premium costs that were acceptable to the town of Beekman, and there is sufficient money budgeted in the town's 2023 budget to provide for said insurance coverage. And whereas said agreement needed to be signed before year end. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Beekman does hereby authorize the supervisor to execute all documents required to provide insurance coverage to the town of Beekman through New York Municipal Insurance Reciprocal NYMER for the policy term of January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bedellini? Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town board appoints a town prosecutor to prosecute zoning violations as well as certain traffic and vehicle violations in our local court, and whereas a proposal for terms of employment as town prosecutor has been received for the year 2023, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby accepts the proposal dated January 1, 2023 from the law firm of Hogan, Rossi, and Ligori, 3 Star Ridge Road, Suite 200, Brewster, New York, 10509, to serve as the Town of Beekman prosecutor at a fee of $200 per hour for each monthly court session in which the various summonses will be prosecuted, in addition to the terms and conditions outlined in the attached contract. And be it further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to execute a contract of employment between the Town of Beekman and the law firm of Hogan, Rossi, and Ligori as attached. And be it further resolved that all requests for reimbursement pursuant to this agreement shall be set forth in a signed and itemized voucher audited and approved by the Town of Beekman Board as required by law.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bedellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town board is authorized to set salaries and wages for personnel not covered by a bargaining unit, now therefore be it resolved that the salaries for employees of the town for the year 2023 are as follows. Deputy Supervisor, $2,600. Deputy Town Clerk, $24.92 per hour. Deputy Receiver of Taxes, $35 per hour. Bookkeeper, $34.68 per hour. Account Clerk, $24.48 per hour. Record Clerk, $21.93 per hour. Recreation Director, $60,484. Recreation Assistant / Assistant to the Recreation Director, $16.83 per hour. Recreation Assistant, Activity Coordinator, Senior Program, $23.38 per hour. Recreation Assistant, Activity Supervisor, Senior Program, $17.49 per hour. Secretary to the Superintendent of Highway, $17.79 per hour. Deputy Highway Superintendent, that goes per diem. Seasonal Heavy Motor Equipment Operator, $23.42 per hour. Seasonal Motor Equipment Operator, $22.42 per hour.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bedellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the holiday schedule is noted in 3.1.1 of the Town of Beekman Employment Practices Compliance Manual, and whereas the town board is desirous in setting the holiday observance schedule for 2023 to be reserved by Town of Beekman personnel not covered by the existing bargaining agreements of the CSEA and highway departments, now therefore be it resolved that the following holidays shall be observed in 2023 for all non-union personnel of the Town of Beekman. New Year's Day, January 2nd, 2023. Martin Luther King Day, January 16th, 2023. President's Day, February 20th, 2023. Memorial Day, May 29th, 2023. Juneteenth, June 19th, 2023. Independence Day, July 4th, 2023. Labor Day, September 4th, 2023. Columbus Day, October 9th, 2023. Election Day, November 7th, 2023. Veterans Day, November 13th, 2023. Thanksgiving Day, November 23rd, 2023. Day after Thanksgiving, November 24th, 2023. Christmas Day, December 25th, 2023.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bedellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town law provides that the town board may employ an attorney to provide such professional services and advice as the town board may require, and be it resolved that Wallace & Wallace, 85 Civic Center Plaza, Suite LL3, Poughkeepsie, New York, 12601, be retained as the legal counsel to the Town of Beekman for professional services, consistent with the scope of professional services in accordance with Chapter 3 of the Town Code for the Town of Beekman as outlined in their contract. And be it further resolved that the Town Board hereby continues to retain Wallace and Wallace for the year 2023.
I'll second that too.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay, whereas Video Ventures Limited has filmed, recorded, and posted the Town of Beekman's Town Board meetings online and, when needed, the Planning Board meetings and ZBA meetings. And whereas the town's contract with Video Ventures is set to expire on December 31st, 2022, and whereas Video Ventures Limited has submitted a renewal agreement for an additional 2 years of service in the amount of $250 per meeting to be considered by the Town Board. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Supervisor is hereby authorized to renew the town's contract with Video Ventures Limited to record and webcast Beekman Town meetings through December 31st, 2024, as attached hereto.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas Wallace and Wallace LLP, the legal counsel to the Town of Beekman, cannot represent the town in certain instances, and whereas the town has received an engagement letter from Catania, Mayon, and Ryder, PLLC, to represent the Town of Beekman when requested. Now therefore be it resolved that Catania, Mayon, and Ryder, PLLC, with offices at 641 Broadway, Newburgh, New York, 12550, and hereby is employed and retained to represent the Town of Beekman when requested. And be it further resolved that the Town Board hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute the engagement letter dated January 1, 2023, submitted to the supervisor, a copy which is annexed to hereto, and be it further resolved, Catani and Mayon and Ryder, PLLC, shall be paid in accordance with the engagement letter submitted to the supervisor dated January 1, 2023.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman hereby designates the following as a standard work week for the Town of Beekman for the year 2023. Town Hall, Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Recreation Department, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Maintenance Department, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Town Court, Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Highway, in accordance with collective bargaining agreement. Summer schedule, Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Winter schedule, Monday through Friday, 8 consecutive hours. Be it further resolved that the supervisor shall notify the affected employees and the bargaining unit as required by their respective collective bargaining agreements.
A second?
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
No.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas Section 104B of the General Municipal Law requires every town to annually review their internal policies and procedures governing all procurement of goods and services not subject to the bidding requirements of General Municipal Law, Section 103, or any other law. And whereas the renewal of the procurement policy is exempt from environmental review under the State Environmental Quality Review Act as a Type 2 action. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman does hereby renew the Town of Beekman's procurement policy for 2023.
Second, anybody?
I'll second.
Okay, town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the New York Governor Finance Officers Association, NYGFOA, is holding its 2023 Professional Development Session in Albany, New York. And whereas the Accounting and Financial Reporting Training schedule for March 29-31, 2023 would be beneficial for our town bookkeeper in the Finance Department. And whereas the funds are available for this course, now therefore be it resolved that Linda Bloomer is hereby authorized to attend said session with a cost not to exceed $550, including mileage and tolls.
I'll second that.
Okay, town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Norman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay. Whereas the Town of Beekman is a party to a contract with OCS Industries Incorporated, the contractor, for the project known as the Gardner Hollow Bridge Project. And whereas the contractor has submitted an application and certification for payment, number 4, dated November 30th, 2022, for the amount of $693,319.11, less 10% retainage of $69,331.91, less previous payments totaling $484,588.67, for a total of $139,398.53. See attached. And whereas the contractor has requested full or partial payment of the items on a continuation sheet that is attached to the payment request application, covering the period of November 1st, 2022 through November 31st, 2022. And whereas the town engineer has reviewed the request and agrees with the quantity of work completed per the continuation sheet, and therefore recommends that the town board authorize payment to OCS Industries Incorporated in the amount of $139,398.53 in order to satisfy application and certification number 4. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor of the town of Beekman to make payment to OCS Industries Incorporated as requested in application and certification for payment number 4 in the amount not to exceed $398,53.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Norman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas representatives of the town of Beekman, the town, and Local 456 International Brotherhood of Teamsters representative for the town of Beekman Highway Department, the union, collectively the parties exchanged proposals and met to negotiate the terms of a new collective bargaining agreement on multiple occasions in years 2021 and 2022. And whereas the parties engaged the assistance of a mediator assigned through New York State Public Employment Relations Board, PERB, to resolve the terms of the contract. And whereas the parties met with the mediator on 3 occasions and on December 7, 2022, entered into a memorandum of agreement, MOA, setting forth the terms and conditions of the employment for the term January 1, 2021 through December 31st, 2025, a copy of which is annexed hereto and made part of this resolution. And whereas the town board has reviewed and considered the terms of the MOA and wishes to agree to ratify the same. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved that the town board, the town of Beekman, hereby ratifies and approves the MOA between the town and the union for the term beginning January 1, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2025.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Bellini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Norman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes. Frank's going to do that one.
You good? Whereas the Senior Center has a Valentine's Day party scheduled for Thursday, February 16th, 2023, from the hours of 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Recreation Park, and whereas the cost of the meal will be recovered by the $8 per person fee for the town of Beekman senior residents and a $10 per person fee for non-residents, non-seniors collected for the party. Now therefore be it resolved that the following Expenditures be authorized, John Hanna Entertainment for the amount not to exceed $400, paper products and associated items for a cost of $100.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the bookkeeper has audited and approved claims pursuant to Section 119 of Town Law as set forth in the attached abstracts, be it resolved that payment therefore is hereby authorized as follows. Claims to be paid from the A General Fund, $192,866.95. Claims to be paid from the DA Highway Fund, $87,884.92. Claims to be paid from the SS Dover Ridge Sewer, $5,168.06. Claims to be paid from the SW Dover Ridge Water, $2,678.90. Claims to be paid from the T-Trust and Agency Fund, $7,813.11. Claims to be paid from the H Capital Fund, $142,493.03, for a total of $438,904.97. Payroll number 26 paid 12/23/2022. General Fund $31,395.66. Highway Fund $36,229.50 for a total of $67,625.16.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Stiegler?
Aye.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay, that concludes our first meeting of 2023, and I would like to give a warm welcome to our new elected councilman, Councilman Frank Lamette.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to do this, and I look forward to it.
Good. And we look forward to working with you, too. Thank you for joining us. Any other town board business?
Just a notification.
Perfect.
Okay. It's a notification from Dutchess County Veterans Services. Dutchess County Veterans Services has moved. New location in Pleasant Valley creates Veterans One Stop. The Dutchess County Division of Veterans Services has relocated its office to 1335 Route 44, Suite Number 2 in Pleasant Valley. The new location also houses Mental Health America Dutchess Veterans Services, Hudson Valley Veterans Alliance, and the Veterans Sports Alliance, creating a one-stop for veterans to receive support and help, including housing, peer-to-peer counseling, and other support services. Dutchess County Veterans Services offers assistance in filing claims and making referrals for multiple forms of state and federal benefits available, as well as help with discharge papers, metal replacement, and much more. Phone numbers and email contacts remain the same. Veterans and families are encouraged to call 845-486-2060 or stop by the office to obtain information and services. For more information, visit dutchessny.gov/veterans.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else, anything?
I just wanted to say the
Great.
taxes. So we started collecting for property taxes for 2023. Collection's actually going really well, and we just started on Monday. The last day to pay without penalty is February 28th, and our hours of collection right now are Monday through Thursday between 8 and 4:45. If you can't make those hours and you need to come in another day, just call or email me, and I'll make an accommodation for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, our next regular town board meeting is going to be Tuesday, January 24th, 2023 at 7 p.m. And if we've got nothing else, then I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks very much for coming, and safe travels home.